Well, hello there, Virgo. How are you? It is always so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So, today we are doing your October reading. So, let's jump into it. Let's see what is on the horizon for you. Hummingbird spirit, be here now. Okay, so this is the energy of not worrying about the future, not worrying about the past, right? Really allowing yourself to sip the nectar, the joy of the day in front of you, right? Like allowing yourself to not get too caught up in any anxiety or fears about the future and any kind of like negative, especially negative energies about things that have happened in the past. It's kind of like, okay, put the blinders on and just deal with what's in front of you at this time. Yeah, you have the grounding energy. So I feel like there's this energy around you where things are shifting. And it's kind of like that can be very unsettling, especially for your energy, Virgo. So this is very much your hermit energy about allowing yourself to ground, spend time in nature, sitting next to or hugging trees. My favorite is to hug trees near water, or allowing yourself to, if it's possible where you live at this time, to walk in nature barefoot, having your feet and your hands touching the ground, okay? Rooting yourself into Mother Earth. And the reason is because the energies are going to speed up for you. It's almost like there's a lot of new exciting things that are on the horizon for some of you. You can already be feeling this intuitively. And so it's kind of like you're getting kind of like a little bit anxious, a little bit excited about the future. But this is the energy of, okay, just deal with today, because when this kind of energy comes in, it means that the divine is working behind the scenes to have things come into alignment for you, to come onto your path in the perfect timing. And sometimes when we're portraying or envisioning, right, changes in our life, we can kind of like reflect anxiety or fear, even excitement, right? But it's kind of like that energy of the future. Where is this going? Am I going to be able to handle it, right? It's kind of like allowing yourself the calm, okay, before the storm. And when I say storm, I don't mean it's bad. It's things are shifting for you very suddenly so that you can clearly walk your path the way you're meant to. Yeah, courage. I feel like there's a lot of changes coming in for you. We just had that second new moon in Virgo, your sign. We just had the solar eclipse. It's like things are breaking, okay, around you. They could be even leaving your life. This could be relationships. It could be situations, but I feel like this is more like your mindset. It's kind of like, okay, who am I? What do I really believe in? Right? Allowing yourself to get really almost like truthful with yourself, because the paradigms, the beliefs, the habits, the people, the situations in your life that really and truly don't belong in your true self-alignment are suddenly kind of shifting, going away, so that it can make room for new people, new situations, new paradigms, new beliefs. Yeah, it is about having courage right now. And your obstacle right now is that you're fearing it. It's almost, excuse me, it's almost like you're wanting to control it. It's like trying to control a tornado or a hurricane, right? Or even an earthquake. It's kind of like you can't control that. So you have to, the only thing you can do is to have the courage. You have the courage card twice. Have the courage to just kind of like allow what needs to happen so that you can move into this beautiful, more joyous, more playful, more exciting, more fulfilling, happier life that is ahead. And so the best way to do this is try to find joy in every single day, right? It's kind of like the hummingbird, finding the nectar of the flower that's right in front of you instead of searching, okay? Some of you could be searching for an answer or searching for the best place to live or searching for the best job or best relationship, whatever it is. It's like, okay, find joy in the day and the people and the situations that are right in front of you. This is really about gratitude, right? Like loving, loving what is right in front of you and allowing yourself to love yourself and to spend time every day really kind of like getting ready. That grounding energy is just kind of like, let's think about it. If a tornado comes along, what do? You hold on to, right? You either get under something that is very sturdy, right? Or you hold on to something. It's a little bit of that movie Twister, right? And the tornado comes and Helen Hunt and I can't remember the other actor's name. They're holding on to the Wells. I don't know, a steel crossbar in a well because the well goes deep down into the ground, right? And their legs are literally going up into the air and they're holding onto it. It's kind of like that's the energy. Get ready for this. Don't allow your energy to be scattered and feeling like this is being done to me. No, this is being done for you, Virgo. And you have the temple path, right? The sacred temple. You have new people, new situations that are coming into your life that are more deserving of your love, of your joy, of your creative talents, right? But in order for that to happen, we have to first allow some things to go. And for some of you, this could be something that, I feel like you really are. You're kind of like opening your heart. You're having the courage to see what is the truth. What am I holding on to? I feel like for some of you, you're holding on to some type of belief about yourself. I think it's interesting because look, she's holding on to like this pier, right? And you could be holding on to some belief about yourself or the world or your talents or about other people, the way you view the world or something like that. And you're feeling, well, everybody else is going in a different direction. I'm here by myself. This is, I'm holding on to this belief. Now, I'm not saying that you swim out and just join everybody else's viewpoint or way of life. That's not the point. The point is about allowing yourself to say, what is it that I really and truly desire for myself? Like really allowing yourself to spend time sitting with that. What is really true? How do I define myself? Who am I? What is it that I really and truly desire in this world? And not focusing on the other people, all right, that have maybe left your life or whatever. It's kind of like, no, what is it I want? Like, really, what is it I want? That means you have to open your heart to yourself. Asking yourself, is there something that you're holding onto? I feel like this is something that you're holding onto, whether it's a viewpoint or a belief about yourself or your gifts or the world or whatever. Like asking yourself, what is the one thing that you're kind of like really holding on to? Okay, saying this is a truth and allowing yourself to really sit with that and ask, is this really my truth? I feel like for some of you, you are holding on to a belief, and it could be a belief about other people and I'm not saying, it's kind of like you're allowing yourself to take a look at this truth and say, does this truth really still work for me? Because as we evolve, the truths, our truths, right, can evolve too. But sometimes we're holding on to a truth that was true for us in a previous version of ourselves, right? That's why the hummingbird spirit is here. It's kind of like, look at the past. What of the past? What truths or beliefs or viewpoints of yourself? I think this is a reflection of yourself, right? Is really not true anymore, but You're like holding on to it. You could have even defined yourself in your previous chapter by that truth. And now all of a sudden you're recognizing, wait a minute, I've evolved, I've progressed, I've grown from that truth. That truth was good for you for a part of your path, but you've evolved past that truth. It's time to redefine who you are, why you're here. It's almost as though, I'm not saying you're going in an opposite direction, but it's kind of like when you no longer hold on to that special paradigm or truth that you think is true about yourself or how you fit into the world or what you have to offer to the world, all of a sudden it's kind of like the world opens up to you because you're going in a beautiful direction. It's probably something that you're just so adamant about it, almost, stubborn. I'm not changing my belief on this, right? It's allowing yourself to take a look at that thing that you don't want to let go of. And it's about allowing yourself to really dig deep, go deep with that. Is that still true for you? Or is it time to update it? It's kind of like, you have your phone or your computer and then, you get a message. It's time to update. Well, this is a little bit of that. It's kind of like, and I'll have to admit, I get those messages and then, like, oh, it's time to update your phone or something. And I'm like, I don't want to update. What is going to happen, right? Because we've all had that update that just wasn't, worth it, or it took us in a different direction, right? So it's now, every time I get one of those messages, it's kind of like, well, I don't know. I'm going to wait. I'm going to let everybody else. Maybe that's part of it. It's kind of like you updated your phone or your computer at one time and you were on the forefront. You did it first and all your friends kind of waited for one reason or another. And then all of a sudden, right, there was a bug in the new update or something. And you were like, oh my goodness, this has been awful. This was an awful experience. So now what you're doing is you're waiting for everybody else to update before you get on board to updating. Let everybody else try it. See if the update is really worth it or not, right? And I feel like there's something here about recognizing it's time to take a look at why you're not allowing yourself to update some truth, because it's time to go in a new direction. It's time to do an update, right? It's time to allow yourself to take a look at something in your life, and you're probably sitting there. It's kind of like the thing that you are saying identifies you, right? Who you are as a person, and allowing yourself to take a good look at that. Is it time to update the story around that? Is it time to update how that fits into the world? Is it time to take another look at it and say, oh, wait a minute, maybe this isn't me at all? Because we just had the solar eclipse, new moon in Virgo. This is in your sign of who you are, right? Your first house. You have to allow something to go. You have the Ten of Swords. You have to allow some ending to some truth of who you really and truly are. I feel like it's taking a lot of courage, right? But the benefit is that you have the Queen of Wands here. You gain a sense of confidence. That's what you're missing here, okay? You have a lot of scattered energy, not really sure, not being confident about what the future holds for you. The truth of the matter is that the truth that you're telling yourself that helps to give yourself your confidence, because the Queen of Wands is somebody that knows who she is, right? Is truly confident in herself, doesn't care about external validation, and yet everybody wants to be around her. There could be a Queen of Wands in your life, male or female, it doesn't matter, that lives their life, that is very inspiring to you, right? But it's kind of like, maybe you feel like you can't be similar to that person, live your truth. No, I can't do that because because of, right? I have financial responsibilities or whatever. The Queen of Wands is an entrepreneur. She's brazen, right? She takes risks. You're kind of like, oh, I can't take a risk. I'm going to wait for everybody else to update. See how that works out for them. This is you understanding I have to end that paradigm. In order to get your confidence back, you have to go within and reframe, rewrite the story, reassess who you really are and why you're here. Allowing yourself to reflect on that. This is not an energy of buzzing around, trying different flowers, trying to find the one that you really and truly desire. This is you sitting where you are right here at this moment. It says, be here now. Allow yourself to work on the flower that's right in front of you. And the flower represents the life that you've created right here, right now. What is it that you can find? What joy can you find in what you have right in front of you? Because when you allow yourself to do that, here is the thing. You're mending your own heart. You could be even working on inner child, wounds. You could be doing some soul retrieval. Okay. Any of that, because it's kind of like, oh my goodness, I see myself now. Now you're going to step into your true Queen of Wands energy. You could have a facade of a Queen of Wands at this time. Like, I know who I am, right? It's almost like you have to allow yourself to say, okay, what is the facade that I'm putting out there? And is that facade authentic to me, right? Because this is the truth of it. Is the facade that I'm putting on there, because some people would say that the Queen of Wands is fake, is the facade of confidence. Is the facade that I'm showing everybody else in alignment with who I truly am? Or is it time to really and truly be the Queen of Wands, right? Whatever version of the Queen of Wands you want to be. What does make you feel confident, right? What is in alignment for you in all aspects of your life? Living your highest potential in order to be inspiring for others. That is the message. It's kind of like, no, I think you've tried to fit in with the others, right? You may have even tried doing it completely your own way, but it's kind of like allowing yourself to say, what is it that I really and truly desire for myself? It's time to end some truth, some paradigm, some belief, some mindset, so that you can have a fresh start. And that fresh start brings you a lot of confidence. It brings you a lot of clarity. It brings you acknowledgement, victory. Six of Wands is acknowledgement and victory. Being acknowledged for the work that you do. Being acknowledged for your beautiful, inspiring life. Understanding that by living your really true, authentic self, right? That you are stepping into an energy of inspiring and motivating others to do the same. And that falls right into our Pluto and Aquarius energy that we have right now. Yeah, it's time to no longer, I feel like for some of you, you feel like you're observing life instead of living life. And you're trying to figure out what kind of life you really want. So you could be a little bit of a hummingbird flitting around, trying to taste all the flowers in the garden. But you're moving too much. It is time to allow yourself to ground, to sit, to choose. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to find joy right here. This is a little bit of the energy of, if you've been trying different jobs or trying to start different businesses or moving around a lot or in and out of different relationships, right? It's kind of like you can get into the energy of stopping, going in a new direction if one thing comes up that you don't like, right? It's kind of like, oh, you asked me to work late tonight. I don't work late. Okay, I'm done, right? And you can get to that point, right? When you flit around in the garden too much. It's kind of like allowing yourself to work through, having a little bit of courage to say, okay, what is right in front of me, and focusing on the good of it instead of the bad. That's not going to be for all of you, but for some of you, if you feel like you have been stagnant in life and yet at the same time super busy flitting around trying to find things that will make you happy, or people or jobs or whatever, this is the energy of sitting with yourself and asking yourself, what is it that I truly want? I feel like you're looking to the external. I'll go over here. I'll try this flower. Do I like that flower? Oh, I'll go over here. Okay, well, that one was better than the last one, but I don't know. I better try another one. So you're focusing on trying all these different lifestyles, beliefs, paradigms, or whatever, but Spirit is saying it's time to just sit with yourself. The answer isn't out there. You're the hermit. It's about going inside and really and truly getting honest with yourself. What kind of life do you really want? And it's okay if it's different than something you wanted in the past. You could have maybe wanted to be like a traveler, right? You could have maybe wanted to have a life of freedom and experiences and traveling the world, different people, all of that. Maybe you did want that at some time, but maybe things are changing. Maybe now you're understanding, I want to grow roots. I want to allow myself to find happiness and joy where I am. Yes, this is beautiful. I feel like you have eliminated, right, people or situations in your life that weren't in alignment with you. You could still be working on some of that, but this is the energy of allowing yourself to recognize it's time to mend. It's time to put some time into just healing yourself, which you may have done, but also creating deeper connections with other people, because part of what you're missing is other people. You feel like everybody else is moving on to something else. It's not about, oh, wait a minute, I'm just going to jump in that boat because I want to have people in my life. It's asking yourself, what kind of people do I align to? Who am I? And what kind of people will bring me this sense of happiness and joy? And then allowing yourself to align to that. It's kind of like, I feel like maybe you've gone through a period of time where you've been trying to take a little bit of taking what is in front of you and trying to make it fit. This is you really getting clear about what it is that you really and truly desire. Really deep. And I feel like it's kind of like really just allowing yourself to start looking for the joy in life, right? Because when we look for the negative in life, it helps us to give ourselves a reason, an excuse to move on to the next thing. This is the energy of, no, I really want to work on, okay, creating deeper bonds with the people that are in my life. Whether they're in your life yet or not, it doesn't matter, right? It's kind of like, I don't want to be that hummingbird that flits around in the garden. I really want to find a flower, perhaps love, perhaps a job, perhaps a home that I really and truly desire. And to be able to find that, we have to first know what it is that we do desire. And allowing ourselves grace and compassion and knowing that that may be different than what you wanted in the past. Yeah, because the Queen of Swords is future seeking, right? She's seeing clarity about what she wants in the future, what her heart truly desires in the future, and making a plan and allowing herself to go in that direction. Wow, Virgo, this is very exciting. This is very exciting for you. I wouldn't be surprised. I know we're here at the end of September, right? This is your October reading, but I feel like in October, you're really spending time figuring out what it is that you desire, right? And I think that by the end of the year, you have a plan in place. You're making a plan, right? You could be even working with somebody else. You could be creating a new business, finding a partner. See, there's something about, I don't want to be alone. I want to do something in the future with somebody else. But first I have to know what it is that I want to create. And then I have to allow myself to align to that person, right? Whether that person is already in your life or not, it doesn't matter. It's kind of like, I want to collaborate. I want to work with other people. Yeah. And especially if you've been alone for a while, this could be that you're seeking a romantic partner. Yeah, beautiful. All right, let's pull a soul truth card for you for some final advice. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Who am I ready to forgive? Yeah, I feel like there's really not an energy of having to forgive other people, perhaps, okay? It's really an energy of allowing yourself to forgive yourself. And I use the word forgive, but give yourself permission to change your mind, right? To say, I've evolved. Maybe there was a time where you just wanted to go into the woods and live by yourself or something like that. But now you're changing your mind. I'd rather live in the city and have the excitement of being around other people. Maybe for some time you were the Queen of Wands. I'm just going to do it my way, right? And that's a good energy. We're not, right? But now you're moving into, I want to collaborate with others. You know, I'm going to start my own business. I just want to do it my way. I don't want to deal with other people, blah, 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 right? And now it's all of a sudden, oh, wait a minute. I do want to work with other people. And I feel like it's about not really so much forgiveness as allowing yourself to give yourself grace and permission to know that you have ascended, that you have evolved, that you have changed. And so it's okay to change your mind. You could have created an identity around who you thought you were. And now you're saying, well, I've kind of changed my mind. And that's okay. We can have different experiences without having the energy of just flitting around, right? Maybe you're afraid people will say, oh, you're too much of a hummingbird. You're just flitting around. But by taking this time out and really getting truthful with yourself about what it is that you desire as you move forward, you're going to be able to be more at peace with your next decision. Yeah. Beautiful, Virgo. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.